Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Pig Site, and today we're here with Dr. Maria Walsh. She is the Global Marketing Director for Swine with DSM. Thanks for being with us today, Maria.
Thank you very much.
Very good. So let's talk a little bit about gilt and tell us a little bit about some of the new research that you're doing.
Yeah, thanks for asking. So we're all about preparing and protecting the gilt right now at DSM because it's a very valuable animal in the herds and they're expensive, right? So we want to make sure that they last in the herd as long as possible. So we're really focusing on things like skeletal health, immunity, and also reproductive performance, and really kind of assessing from a nutritional perspective how we can de-risk programs and support that gilt to stay in the herd as long as possible and be as productive as possible.
Very good. And what has some of the research told you?
Yeah, so one of the really interesting things when you look to see why gilts are removed or early, or P1 gilts or even parity 2 removed from the herd early, lameness is one of the biggest reasons, right? So these animals are bred now to just grow really fast, they're very lean, so it's all about kind of thinking how do we maximize this whole growth and development to have good skeletal structure and make sure that they have time to develop their bones and they've got all of the proper nutrition to do that. So that's been one of the key pieces of research that we've developed, specifically looking at vitamin D status and the role it has to play in reducing things like osteochondrosis, which is one of the main reasons that drives lameness issues. So that's been one of the key pieces of research. We've actually seen a reduction in the amount of culling due to lameness as a result, and a reduction in the incidence of osteochondrosis when you feed that gilt high D. So it's been a really nice piece of research. They've also seen quite a nice piece of evidence supporting the development of that piglet in utero as well. So there's a reproductive element to it, and having a heavier piglet as well. So it actually supports the development of muscle fibers, so increasing the number of muscle fibers that are being developed in utero. So really nice research from a high D perspective.
Right.
Yeah, and we're also looking at the risk of mycotoxins, which is actually quite interlinked when it comes to vitamin D nutrition, because quite a lot of mycotoxins actually impact the liver and the kidney, which are very important in the metabolism of vitamin D. So de-risking on one side and supporting on the other side.
Very good. And it's really start to finish, right? You're really talking about the gilt, but also the progeny of that gilt in the future, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really thinking about that whole process,
Right.
not just about keeping her in the herd longer, but also making sure that her progeny are developing in a way that's going to improve their performance as well. So it's more than just the gilt. You really have to kind of secure the future of the entire productivity of the production system by starting with the gilt, but it has implications all the way down.
Very good. And let's talk just kind of like bottom line. What does research like this really mean for a producer's bottom line?
Well, I think it starts to uncover some of these underlying issues that may not be super visible in to the producer. So they're starting to see lameness, or they are having problems with reproduction and not really understand what's behind it. So right now we're really trying to build information and knowledge around mycotoxin risk and also the status of gilts and their vitamin D status and what that means in terms of the incidence of lameness and reproductive issues and things like that, right? So bringing a lot more knowledge to the table,
Right.
which helps people make better decisions, right? If you have more information, you can make more informed decisions.
Knowledge is power, as they
Knowledge
say,
is
right?
power. Absolutely.
Very good. Well, thank you, Maria, for all the information today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. This is Sarah Mikesell with the Pig Site.